and welcome back to our channel. It's just me starting today's video. James is just on a dog walk. He's going to be back in a sec, but I feel like I've got so much to catch you guys up on. I just want to do a big chit chat before James stops me, before James gets home, and I've just rambled on for like 3 hours then. I've had my chance to ramble. I've just finished filming some things that I had to film today, so I'm going to make a cup of coffee before we head to the Fixer Upper, which I'm so excited about. I've just been filming, and this little blazer, guys, I'll show it to you properly in the mirror. So I picked this up from Primark the other day. I really wanted to do a video of picking up like one thing, because I feel like when I go, like you guys know I love clothes, and I've got a bit of a habit of like feeling like, especially if I'm going to do something for work, like show something kind of like as a reel or whatever, I need to kind of pick up loads of things. That's what I think in my head, like, oh, let's pick up like, you know, a few items, make like a nice haul of it, which I do love doing. But I was like, why can't we just pick up one item, like scour the whole shop and choose one, like my favorite item, and then like put it into different outfits? And it kind of felt like more of like a mission to kind of choose my favorite item, and I loved doing it that way. So that was, I just jammed my finger in my cupboard upstairs and it really hurts. Yeah, so that was kind of the vibe that I had for that, and I really enjoyed doing it, and I'm so happy with what I went for. I went for this blazer, guys. It's like I've been on a blazer mission for a little while now, like trying to find just nice blazers, because I feel like they just really elevate outfits. Like this is just such a basic outfit under here, just some Gymshark leggings, my Axles, a little t-shirt, and then you pop a blazer with it, and it's like, okay, Pinterest. If we popped a cap on top, we would be Pinterest vibes. And it's got a little bit of stretch. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but it's weird because the material on top has loads of stretch, but then obviously it has the lining underneath which doesn't. So I feel like they kind of even each other out to give it, it has some give, which I love, because my worst thing is when, oh, I think Mabel's awake. Hello there, Smiley. Hello, special girl. Hello, pumpkin. Hello, pumpkin. Are you in your jammy still? What? Are you cheeky, cheeky girl? Is it a pajama day? You're staring at my shoes. She loves like my big chunky shoes, my big chunky boots, my big chunky slippers, my big chunky trainers. Chunky shoes. You're going to be wearing chunky shoes like mummy? Are you? Hello. You coming downstairs with me? Oh my gosh, that reminds me. Oh, I can't show you because she's wearing them today, but we picked up some new shoes for Amber from Clark's the other day. And, are you smiling? Hello. And I went for like these chunky boots, and James was like, oh, for goodness sake, like he just wants to get her like the most practical, sensible shoes. And I get it, but I'm like, no, okay? I'm going for a chunky boot. You can pick up a grey Velcro trainer if you want. Oh, we did have to actually pick up some sensible ones because she needs shoes for things like football and all the sensible stuff, but I just had to get the like chunky Doc Martin Timberland looking boot for her. She loved them because she loves like a stomping boot. I think again it's because I wear like such chunky shoes. I'm always like, match him, and we wear like a chunky boot together. So she likes that. Hello, you're very cute. You're very cute in your autumn jumper. Amber's at my mum's today. We're going to be picking her up on the way back from the Fixer Upper once we've been there and showed you guys everything that's going on there. We're going to be showing you the kitchen reveal of what we've done so far. So my friend has actually moved in to the Fixer Upper now. I know I keep calling it the Fixer Upper, that's just my name for it now. But for anyone that kind of missed that whole other videos about it, basically we've done a renovation on a house. It's been 7 months now, because I like can track it from at 38 weeks was round about then was when we filmed the house tour of the house before the renovation started. So it's been around 7 months, because you're 7 months old. 7 months old, oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's been around 7 months that we've been doing it, and we've done an extension, a loft conversion, like we completely transformed the house. And guys, it started so unstressful. Literally the past week, I can't sleep. I literally am like turning all night, the stress of getting the renovation over the completion line, it's been too much. I'm sat here going, never again. I'm never doing a renovation again. And I know, like, in a week I'll be wanting to do another one, but I've loved it, but at the same time I have found the end part really hard. And I think as well, because it's our friend moving in, we just wanted it to be perfect. And it's just, you know, it's like 95% there, but it's all those small things that still need tying up and still need doing. So, like, she's literally like one of my best friends. So she's like, come in anytime, like we're gonna do the whole house and then we can film like the final reveal of the whole house. So that's gonna be really nice to be able to just kind of like show it to you guys when it's fully, like as a full house tour when it's done. But I can't wait to show you the kitchen today. We felt so lucky and grateful when we first posted the house tour. Smile Kitchens got in touch and they wanted to work with us on creating the kitchen. So this video is sponsored by Smile Kitchens and they have given us a fabulous code, which is James and Carys 100, which gets you a free design consultation and also £100 off your kitchen if you go through them. I was so excited. I loved the like look of their whole process and everything like that. So I thought before we show you the final kind of reveal of the kitchen, it is beautiful. Mabel's just down there munching on a little biscuit. Yes, the process I just found, as someone very anxious and overthinky, very enjoyable. So basically the process is you have a design consultation, which is where we met Jane on Zoom and she was so lovely and we just chatted through our ideas, and whether you've got loads or whether you've got none, the design consultation is very just chatty, very just going through ideas and going through what you want. Nice. And then Jane went away and she put it all together and she created some design options and revealed them to us and showed them to us. This was such a cool part. These are the design presentations, so you see them in a 3D format where you like do a walkthrough of the kitchen. It is amazing. I personally have never seen something so detailed and life look alive. What's the word? Like lifelike, that's the word. Sorry, James rang me. I'm back with my cup of coffee. So yeah, the design presentations I found so helpful, and I think we found it quite shocking because we had this idea of what we thought we wanted, which was like this very much stacked wall at the back with loads of cupboards and loads of things like that. And when the designs came through, we were like, it's just not feeling right. It's just not looking right. I don't feel like it's making the most of the space or like working for the space that we had. Went back to my Pinterest and I was thinking, what do I want? And I decided we really wanted to make like a feature of the extractor fan, kind of build the kitchen around that vibe. What I found really helpful was Jane was like on my knowledge. She was like, yeah, I know what you mean. I'll pop it in like it is there, like it is in the photo that you can see there. And I found that so helpful to then be able to like visualize the rest of the kitchen. Hello guys, we've been joined by James.
Hi, I'm James. I was just on a dog walk and I got hot.
Yeah,
go on. Tell my story then.
No, I didn't know you had a story for us. No. Oh, go on.
I was halfway around my dog walk.
Yeah.
My eye's been watering all day, so I rubbed my eye, lost my contact lens.
Oh no.
So I decided to take, and then you know when like one eye's perfect and the other one's really bad.
You just have to like close one.
I took off the other one.
Oh, it's better to do that. I had
relatively bad
Your eyesight's so bad as well.
People walking towards me. Hi, James.
Hello.
I literally had to walk like within 2 meters of them, and I was like, oh.
Mine's not too bad. What's yours? -3.
3.75.
Mine's -1.75, -1.25.
And it used to like, it could be like 10 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh, I better find my glasses before we go out. And I'm like, what?
I can like see, but it's just blurry.
Contacts in. Like, how are you surviving?
Whereas James is like, hello. So I will continue where I left off, talking about kitchen, because we're going to be there in a second. So basically then we decided to kind of like build the kitchen around this idea of like making a thing of the extractor fan, and we still had this cupboard on the left which we were like, we'll pop it there, and then when the design came back we were like, no, it doesn't look right. So then we decided we'd go for like, no, lose the left cupboard, we'll go for like shelving where we can put all, my friend, can put all the beautiful type of things, like beautiful mugs, all of that type of storage, and then all the ugly stuff could go in the in the downstairs cupboards. In the downstairs. And then the next step is then like samples and choosing what colours you want, what ranges you want for the cabinets, the worktops, all the details, the handles, all of that type of stuff. Now you can pick as many samples as you want to be sent to you. Now I did the stupid thing, which I always do, which is I go, yeah, I'm definitely sure I'm either having this one or this one, so order those 2 samples, and then they come and I'm like, Jane, I'm actually thinking about this colour now. Jane, I'm actually thinking about this colour now. So just go in from the start. Don't feel embarrassed if you're not sure and you want to look at them all. Get those samples. They arrive so quickly and it's so exciting unboxing them. There's such a range of prices when it comes to worktops, when it comes to cabinets and everything like that. And it makes such a difference if you can see them in person. And the quality of all of them, we ordered like a range of the different prices, was amazing, like really, really lovely.
Just to be completely upfront, I think we had one of the cheapest ranges.
Yes, we did, yeah.
I don't know whether there's cheaper ranges.
I think it was the second,
I love it. I absolutely love it.
It was beautiful. Yeah. Like, and when we saw it in person, we were shocked.
On the inside.
Can't wait to show you that. It's one of the biggest price drops that we made was changing from a, was it quartz or kind of?
It was a
kind of stone worktop, then down to a laminate one, which are so much cheaper. It was a huge drop in price, and it looked absolutely stunning. And the final thing is where they take into consideration the colours you're going for, the handles, any other kind of details. They want to include any details they can to create this final vision of your kitchen.
Okay, we're just going to pop up for a reveal. You're going to be in it for the reveal?
No, I'll step out so you can show it in all its glory.
Whoa! Okay, ignore the fact we're missing some cladding things in the corner.
Yeah, okay. Like I said, guys, there's still 5% left to do, such as those 2 pieces of cladding. Matt, who's doing the micro-cementing, is literally sealing it and everything today, so this is like freshly kind of micro-cemented. I'll give you like a close-up soon, but let's just look at the quality of the kitchen. Why don't we just come in and maybe start? I'm obsessed.
It's like an advert.
I know. Let's just
look. Come on, guys. Welcome to my kitchen.
Come on down and see this quality today.
Covered to the best of show, although they all do have stuff in them now. Very healthy, very healthy.
Yeah, very she is. Oh, there we go. Look, here's a nice one. Ooh. Like, it was just such a nice touch. Like, look at it open. I feel like you just leave it open and it looks aesthetic, however you say that word. Copper, rather than trying to remember everything that is called, like 22mm Veneto marble worktops.
Whoa!
I did go through all of the samples and stuff so much that I do literally know everything off by heart. But I'll pop it all up and make sure I put it in the description as well. White on white, which originally I was like, but I knew that we were going to be doing this cladding and also this kind of like slightly darker micro cement. So I actually think the white on white like just works so well. I love it. And these handles are absolutely stunning too. I feel like you need to do a zoom in, James, of the cute handles. How nice are they? And they're like kind of like matching from the same range. Those were also from Smile Kitchens. And the sink that they put in, I loved looking at all the sink options that Jane was showing us. I love this one that we went for. I feel like it just looks really premium and very much elevates that space. By the way, this is meant to still be being sealed. This is literally being done today. But this was just to give you, here's the fridge.
Oh, gosh, what a lovely, neatly organised fridge.
And so healthy, what the heck? Ours is literally Coke Zero.
Yeah, we have like a full shelf full of just Coke Zero, basically.
I just love this whole vibe, like I'm obsessed with this fan.
Yeah.
And who loves the lights, guys?
Has anyone even noticed the lights?
James hates it, so...
Hate's a strong word.
You hate it.
I really dislike it.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. So yeah.
Are you trying to pull it off the wall? That's a good idea.
No. Although I would say, if I was to redo it, knowing that I don't know why, I thought this bit there was going to have more, like I could move it up slightly.
But I'm pretty sure, can't you loosen that thing on the connection and move it up?
No, I've tried.
Oh,
that's literally as high as it goes. Yeah, so it's very low down.
It is.
So we should have moved the whole thing.
We should remove it.
We should really. Yes. It might get in the way. My friend loves it though, it's moving in. She thinks it looks lush. She chose that. It's like a dupe for like a designer one. It just looks so good. Yes, we're going for the wooden shelves across here, which I just think is really going to add that like texture and stuff as well. And then obviously that needs to be finished. And then with this, they had, I can't remember what it's called now. Was it building control or something?
Oh, it's a smoke alarm, isn't it? Safety first, guys.
No, the painting it.
Right.
Building control. Anyway, they had it checked by loads of people to check it was safe.
It's not safe.
Someone was happy with it and the other guy wasn't. I also just wanted to show you this angle as well, in case James didn't show you the beautiful bath stool area with the seats in. I love this. I just really wanted to like have this kind of, well, actually my friend came up with this idea to like build this bit by here, so you kind of have that panel and it like encapsulates, or whatever the word is, the bar stools. I just think that looks so premium and very Pinterest vibes. So yeah, basically we're obsessed. Oh, and I was saying about the paneling. So this has got to have a fireproof paint lacquer on it. Felt like when we put the colour, like when we put them up there, the colour kind of darkened. Like I know I've told you guys about that a million times. And it actually looks really, really lovely, like as that colour. I do think it looks really nice. But I think we might lift the colour slightly when we're putting the paint over the top. Because we have to do it anyway, I think we might go for like a slightly lighter colour. But yeah, I'm obsessed. And I love the flooring. I know I've showed you guys it before. But yeah, we'll leave all the details for the kitchen in the description. I'm obsessed.
Look at that dessert. Look at it. Look at that. Who would not want to order that?
Oh my god, that looks so good.
You know what? We need to get working with M&S. I see Zoe Suggs in here.
I know, why can't we be in here?
Where's my free
Nobody knows who we are.
Collection winter wreath? And Tommy Few's in there doing some nice cooking.
Tommy Few's in there, then why aren't we? Because we're just as famous.
Exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
I don't get it.
Like, also, why don't we have a Netflix series? Like, we're on the same level.
It's not his, is it? It is.
I know, I love that series. We're obsessed with the M&S Food magazine.
We could just do a vlog on this, couldn't we? Come choose our Christmas food
I know we're running out of content. Darling.
Should we buy?
We're actually hosting Christmas this year, guys, because obviously we have been updating you guys as we go on like whether we're moving house, whether we're not. It's a bit of a shambles, guys, but we're pretty sure this is going to be the last Christmas in this house, so we thought we need to host a Christmas here before. We've also done a bit of a cop-out because my siblings, so I'm one of 4, and they do, sorry, there's like half our dinner on the table still. Yeah, so I'm one of 4 siblings, and they go to, we kind of stay in Cardiff because everyone, both our parents live in Cardiff, but...
you are smashing this explanation.
I can't even be bothered to explain it, guys. It's like 8 o'clock, okay?
Basically,
we never film at this time. My brain stops working at 7 o'clock when the girls go to bed. Don't even ask why we're filming this late.
Basically, our parents live close to each other, so we always split our Christmas Day in half. So half with Carys' family, half with mine. All of Carys' siblings and their partners, their parents live.
So they're away.
They choose year by year which parent to go to, and none of them are coming this year.
No, so then I thought, great, it's going to be James's parents, my grandparents, and I think one of my siblings is going to be here.
Partner. Very bizarre situation. Yes. That's what's going on.
And then, so we thought, okay, that's like, we can do that.
11 people.
And it's probably going to mainly revolve around Amber and Mabel.
But also, we have also copped out because your mum's going to cook the turkey and bring it.
And everyone's like, we'll all bring something different. And we're like, okay, cool, we'll provide the ovens.
To be fair, I said to your mum, who is a very good cook, I said, so we'll host, but you can cook.
But they like cooking, so it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
It just means that the girls can be here and play with their toys.
Yeah, so I've got a whole plan. I'm going to rearrange the whole house. I'm going to decorate. I'm very excited. Anyway, hello guys. We thought we'd do the second half of this video basically as just like a massive Q&A catch-up because we just feel like there's been so much happening. We can barely keep on top of our own lives at the moment, guys. We feel like we're collapsing, but also at the same time,
we just seem to be
living life
everywhere at the moment.
We do.
Yeah, the weeks are flying by.
They are.
They're truly flying by.
They literally fly away. So there's been quite a lot happening that I've been sharing bits about over on Instagram, kind of like on my stories and stuff. So then I thought, right, I'll just ask the questions and like kind of everyone can get back. But
it's proper winter now, isn't it? It's not as autumn. Like it's chucking it down. It's
freezing.
Cold, and I'm already in that mode of. We badly.
You didn't put any sugar in it.
When we fitted, no, I didn't. Sorry, I thought we were trying to be good and have less sugar.
No, you've just run out of sugar.
Yeah, I have.
You would never choose to have no sugar.
I would not.
I am trying to have less sugar.
Tea tastes terrible without a spoonful of sugar.
Basically, the 2 things that I had done recently, which a lot of the questions were about, were I had my coil fitted and I had my patch test. So
what have I done?
You've supported me through these times.
I have. There's just always so much going on in my life.
We've got 2 children, darling. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah, you do things and I support. It's good.
So, I've been on my eczema journey. Yeah. I've been trying to find out like what's going on with my eczema without my steroid creams. Anyway, I had to go back on my steroids in the end because my eczema got so bad. So I went to see a dermatologist privately because I wanted to find out about allergies. He was kind of like an allergy specialist. Anyway, the eczema that I've developed on my hand, which is Pomflix eczema, which is like blistering eczema, is really, really linked to allergies. So he was like, definitely go and have an allergy test done so we can just rule out everything to do with that. Went to have it done. So what I basically had to have done was 70 patches on my back. Each contained different things that might be in things. So like, it sounds weird, but I thought originally they were going to like take a dog hair and strap it on my back, take a bit of leather, put it on my back.
Bit of Dulux paint.
Yeah.
Go bit of blue, bit of timeless. Pop it on. Yeah,
that's what I thought they were going to do. I was like, how are they going to do this? But basically they just take the chemicals that are like commonly in common allergies. So they test loads, and then you can also have a strip where like you bring your own things in. So I brought my fake tan, my makeup remover, things that I thought might be it. I actually took my purple shampoo because I was really...
Did you take Mila and strapped her to your back?
I know, I should have. Guys, we got to test this one. I actually was really like kind of thinking my purple shampoo like was making me flare. When I gave it to him, he was like, we're not going to test this one because this is such a chemical product, it's probably going to flare anyone. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, he was like, if you kind of put anything like that kind of toxic, like an intense shampoo or an intense like smelling thing on your back, it's gonna flare, like it's gonna kind of be that intense. So I think he was basically saying, why are you using this when you've got sensitive skin? And I was there like,
and then you go in to take it off and he was like, I'm just gonna put it in the bin.
Yeah, you don't need
You know what? Look,
this is not for your skin.
How much did you pay for this? Ooh, a lot.
So
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
No, I know. Did I not?
You must be too embarrassed.
Oh yeah, probably. So they tested the 70 things, strapped it all on my back, and I genuinely felt like I had a like suit of armor on my back. My dad's had it done in the past for his psoriasis. He was like, I know that feeling, you feel like you're walking like this. I literally did. I felt like I couldn't pick the girls up, I felt like I couldn't do anything.
I hate fancy dress costumes if you're not British.
If you're...
And I really struggled for the first few hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was covered like, on my back.
I was like, that's really weird.
It looked like a costume.
Yeah.
Like a Halloween costume.
You're like a robot kind of thing.
I was, it was like... Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it. Yeah, so that's what my back was like for 3 days. No showering, no nothing, just like kind of washing with a flannel. And I'm not gonna lie, I really struggled. I couldn't sleep, and when I shared that on my story, I honestly felt so validated and seen by so many people that have had a patch test. They were like, this is one of the worst things I've been through, but it's not painful.
But you know what doesn't make sense? Patch test.
Yeah.
I don't know about you,
They're
but
patches.
I would think, yeah, they are, but you think of just like one patch. Yeah, I just got a little patch test.
What was that test for?
No, but do you
Are
know
you allergic
when
or
you
not?
think of patch test, you just think of like one patch.
I didn't.
Yeah, I guess you knew what you were getting yourself into. When you were like, I'm having a patch test, I thought maybe you'd just have like 1 or 2 little patches.
I wish it was that.
It's not a patch test, it's like a
70 patch test in your mind.
Yeah. A multiple patch test.
So they put them on for 3 days and it was hard, and then you had to remove them on the 3rd day and then wait another 2 days before getting it wet at all. So again, I had to kind of like keep flanneling down. It was just an inconvenient week, you know, when you're running around after toddlers, like you just want to shower twice a day. That's what I like. I like my twice daily showers. So
it was tough sharing a bed with you.
On the 3rd day, I couldn't sleep. On the 3rd day when James took them off, I was so excited to see what I was allergic to.
But you don't truly know until you see the doctor.
No. So I looked at my back and I was like, oh, my back's glowing. Never looked so fresh.
It's because it's a barrier.
Yeah. Then I put on my story about it, and anyway, I messaged some people that had it literally done the same day as me. It was very nice to talk to those people. And they were basically saying the nurses had said to them, like, something, it won't flare up on the 3rd day, but then by the 5th day when you go see the doctor, like, something's could have flared up. So I waited. I was, you know, feeling positive to get this one thing that they were going to be like, you're allergic to that. And I was going to be like, oh my God, I'll never use it again then. And my ex was going to go. And then I turned up and my appointment was literally less than 2 minutes within the like little booth, because they put you in this little booth. They like look at your back and they were like, cool, so you're allergic to nothing? I was like, Say what now? But I'm really glad I did it. And everyone that I told that to was very like, oh, like gutted for you, because I had been going around saying, you know, as I would be, that I was excited to kind of maybe find out some things that I could remove from my life that would kind of cure my eczema and stop my flare-ups. But it was actually really good seeing the dermatologist. I got so much knowledge from him and so much just calmness in my busy head about my skin. Like, as you guys know, if you've been watching our videos lately, I've been on a mad one trying to find what foods are causing flare in my eczema, you know, what is it, nickel? Oh, okay, I was going to stop holding the car keys. Is it, like, my head got so busy with every single thing I was touching. I was wearing gloves for every single thing, down to like every water wipe I touched, every this to change the girls' nappies. It was just so intense, and like it was just such a stress to live with up there in my head, that it gave me so much clarity that actually, okay, I'm actually not allergic to these things, which is really good, but things may still irritate my skin and flare it up. And anyway, basically what he was describing to me was like, you can have eczema that is flared by allergies, but also you can have eczema, which, like mine, is just an autoimmune condition that I've been born with, that I'm always gonna have, and I will probably always have for my whole life, flare-ups and things. My skin is gonna be irritated by those the external environment of things like heat, stress, all those things that we also know. Stress. James is still, that's his number one. He's like, look, if you just calm down, your eczema's gonna go. And I'm like, yeah, but we're ignoring that one.
We're gonna keep trying to do as much as possible.
It's not stress, it's fine. So yeah, it was really good seeing him. And the other reason that I really wanted to see a dermatologist, which I'm still not really sure of the reason why, but there is a non-steroid alternative. It's like an anti-inflammatory called tacrolimus. Protopic is the name that a lot of people know it by. And it's basically does a similar thing to steroid, apparently, but it's not steroid. So if you're someone like me who's trying to not use steroid because of things like TSW and stuff like that, and you're really trying to wean yourself off that kind of intense use of steroids, because I've been on some really strong steroid for my hands, basically he set me on like a treatment plan to like wean me off the stronger steroid on my hands and introduced me to this new cream tacrolimus, which I've now been using for a few days because I've been kind of like weaning off the stronger steroids, and it seems to be okay so far, but I have no clue whether the pomfret or whatever it's called will come back over time. So right now I'm in a positive headspace, but we're just going to see.
It makes sense, the whole
that works.
You know, autoimmune thing, because your dad has really bad psoriasis, and he also did the patch test when he was younger, and absolutely nothing came up. So it makes sense that it's in the family line.
I think I felt.
None of your siblings have any sort of skin problem.
It's just me and my dad. I felt really kind of
chosen one.
Negative and positive, I know, and you just think, okay, some people just live with this, and we've got to think of the best ways that we can deal with this. But it was also really nice to kind of like question him on things like gut health and like what I eat and stuff, and he was giving me some really good advice, basically saying that like there's not strong evidence at all that there is a relation to like in adult eczema like what you eat and gut health and stuff, which I thought was really interesting, because again, I've been so busy up in my head thinking, oh my gosh, did I drink too much milk today? So now my eczema's flaring. And he was basically saying, if you had, if things like that were flaring your eczema, every single time I drank a cup of tea, I would probably flare, and every time, and I've just, you know, I have really good times with my skin and really bad times. So it's more likely to be these external factors, which I just need to try and control. Heat is a massive one. Like, I feel like my arms are literally flaring up now because of the heat.
You know what? But heat's a big one for you in the winter. In terms of in the summer, you don't seem to. But in the winter is when you're wearing these big jumpers and jackets around the house, and it's always then on your things, isn't it?
I know, and I'm going to take them off.
Doesn't help that you're a cold person overall, and then you're cold-hearted.
I know.
And then you're
sugar as well. I've actually, although after saying foods don't kind of annoy it, sugar actually is kind of like inflames everyone's skin or something. I was reading about it, and I actually have really noticed a correlation between sugar. That's why we were on about the sugar earlier. Anyway, that was probably a really boring story for people that do not care about skin conditions, but it was really good to do the patch test. And yeah, I basically went privately for that because you can get it on the NHS, but it's a really long waiting list, and I wouldn't even expect to be put on it for the severity of my eczema at the moment. Obviously, when I was pregnant, I had severe eczema that was like not disappear even when I was using my steroids, and that was hormone related. That's what I was talking to him about as well. And you know, if my eczema was like that, even when I wasn't pregnant, then you'd be a much more kind of priority to get things sorted out. But as anyone will know, even as just the small bits, especially when it's on your face, on your eyelids, where I've really struggled before, like it can not look like a lot to people, but if you know, you know. It's just really it's hard to live. There's so many things in life that are hard to live with that don't look like they are, and then like they kind of just really get you down. So I felt very lucky and grateful to be able to have gone through that process, even though it kind of did show nothing. To me, it wasn't nothing. It was like a massive kind of piece and a massive part of my life that I'm like, okay, I'm not going to now worry and stress about all these allergies. Yeah.
Maybe stress about your stress.
Yeah, I should stress about how stressed I am. So that was the patch testing. And then halfway through my patch testing, I thought I'd add to my week of fun by having the coil fitted. So I'd actually tried to get it a bit before, because again, there was quite a long waiting list for this. Yeah. And so I called really soon after having Mabel, and I was on this waiting list, and then they called and they gave me 1 day, which I was away on. So I was like, no! So I had to go back on the waiting list. But the annoying thing is,
we said yes to it, and then the next day you were like, oh my gosh, I can't do that.
So I had to bring them back.
So I had to call back and cancel it.
Yeah.
Which then meant you were back on the waiting list.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Well, they only do 1 day anyway.
They just give you an appointment basically, don't they?
Yeah. Well, with this nurse that was doing them, they said she's only coming on a certain day, so it was like quite like you have to wait then a long time until she comes back. Anyway, so I waited, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I was actually really happy that it was so delayed, because when I said that I was breastfeeding, she got up her screen thing, and basically after 6 months, you can, like, it's better to have it if you're breastfeeding, because apparently before 6 months, you've got a floppy womb. So don't ask me what that means. I think it explains what it is on the tin. And basically there's more chance of them puncturing your womb with the coil.
I don't know.
Breastfeeding, I think, releases that hormone that makes you floppy, hence why I'm like this.
You're so floppy.
Alright. Makes you like soft and supple. I don't know, honestly. What do we have to do? What do our bodies go through, honestly? So I was kind of happy they got delayed in the end, but this is when...
I feel a bit soft at the moment.
No.
Need to go back to the gym.
We both do, darling. I feel so like unfair at the moment. We was in such a good swing, and now we'll go on to explain it, but at the end of this fixer-upper journey, guys, it's just got us on the floor. We don't know what we're doing with our life. I feel like you're not talking and not giving you a chance. Do you want to explain the coil?
No.
Don't do the next one. Coil.
I'll try and chip in a bit more. Go on.
I'll try and be as quick as I can.
I try really. I was like, there's a few funny moments I could have chipped in with the extra thing, and I thought, just seems insensitive, really. So
yeah, and then you do.
I've heard this story before, so I was like, I could chip in with something funny. They were like,
it's gonna go wrong. Yeah. Went for my appointment. I was honestly so nervous, which isn't like me when
I was nervous too.
James was like
chipping in. I was really anxious because I have never seen Carys so anxious for anything.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Wow.
For literally anything.
I think just after giving birth without any pain relief, when my epidural didn't arrive, it's kind of like taken my pain understanding to another level.
This is what I was saying to you, wasn't it? Yeah, because before you gave birth to Mabel, I think you just thought there was no pain in the world that could affect you. Like,
well, I've had such painful
you like broke
experiences.
Your collarbone and you were fine, and you waited a day to go. You had like stitches in your finger without any pain relief. You were like, you were just so like.
But I know, and I was quite confident with my pain threshold or whatever they call it. And then obviously everyone knows birth's painful, and it was, but it was still a really positive experience. Like, I'm not going to go back on that. It was so positive, but it was still like, I think, a shock to my system. Anyway, so then when I was going, I was sort of visioning that happening again and feeling really out of control, or like kind of, because they say, oh, you start cramping, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, birth contractions, is it going to be like that? So I think it was that.
Convince you not to go.
Yeah, James was really scared for me. He was like,
other methods. I was like, give it a few more years.
We can use my condoms that went off in 2017. It's going to be fine. I was like, get me to that.
I was like, I could get used to them.
My mum's brilliant, because she is actually a GP who specialises in family planning, so she like knows all about the contraception. She's obviously like told me about all the different ones and is like all for it. And like on the day before I was going for it, she was like, are you nervous? And I was like, yeah, I'm really nervous. She goes, nothing's worse than having another baby though, is it?
do you think that's what she said?
Was joking.
Yeah. This might be a little bit painful, but not as painful as having another baby.
You're not giving birth again, love. she's joking because she had 4 kids, and she's always like, do you want another? And I'm like, no, Mum, I literally don't know how anyone has more than 2 kids. I don't know how you did it, and I don't know how I would do it. So she was like, nothing's gonna be worse than having another kid, though, is it? So I was like, you know what, Mum, you're right. So I walked down there. I was really nervous. And I was like, I don't usually get like a shaky, nervous voice, but I was like chatting to the nurse, and I was like so nervous. I was like, yeah, I want to get the coil.
Well, I thought you were going to get in the position then. And I was chatting to the nurse.
And then I was like, yeah, the coil in, love. No. So she was so nice. It made the biggest difference, just like it does with giving birth. When you have a good nurse, a good midwife, you instantly relax, and it honestly helps so much. So
you
she
seemed
was
so relaxed your entire birth.
Yeah, like even right at the end.
Yeah, they were like pushing. You were like, because you asked so nicely, yeah.
Well, that's what I was like with the epidural. It was so much fun. Basically then. She explained the process to me. I wasn't sure whether to get the hormonal one or non-hormonal one. Originally, I really wanted the non-hormonal one because I was like, I'm not going to have, I don't want any hormones, blah, blah, blah. And then after I did a bit more research, talked to my mum a bit more, and then this nurse who was doing it reiterated in the appointment that one of the main reasons quite a lot of people come back to get their coil out very quickly after having the non-hormonal coil is that the non-hormonal coil makes your periods longer and more painful. Sometimes now, I mustn't say they do make that. For a lot of people, it makes them longer and more painful and kind of more difficult. So it sounds hard, doesn't it? No, really hard and really awful. Yeah. And but for some people it doesn't, so that's great. But then I thought I'd had the implant. I've had 2 or 3 implants in my life, and I have never struggled with the hormonal side effects of those. And she explained to me that with the implant, it's like the hormone gets absorbed into your whole body, whereas with the coil, like 90% of it or something stays within the womb, and then there's like a smaller amount of transfer around the body. So it should be like less intense. So if I didn't even struggle with the implant, with the hormonal side effects, I should be fine with this one. So I thought, okay, that's kind of like ticked all my boxes as to give it a go. You don't have to keep anything in. If I kind of decide that it wasn't going to work, I can have it taken out. But obviously we'd all prefer not to do that regularly. So I did kind of want to make the right decision. So yeah, I went for that one in the end. And then she talked me through the process. And basically she explained, I don't kind of want to explain this because in case you have someone doing it that doesn't explain this, I just thought it was really nice to know. I always think knowledge is power. And basically she explained that there were 3 ouchies. There's the first ouchie when they, I think, clamp, which is not a nice word, or find, let's use, your cervix. Then number 2 ouchie is when they measure your cervix. And then number 3 ouchie is when they put the coil in.
As a guy who has not gone through this and has very little knowledge,
yeah.
My visualisation of what those 3 things are
it's horrendous.
Just probably is so far from what it actually is. I'm envisioning like a big metal clamp followed by her just like somehow getting in there
with a ruler.
Like one of those tape measures that you get in sewing kits and just having a little measure.
I'm dead, I don't even.
And then I have no idea what a coil looks like, but obviously, I think of it as this twisty thing that's... And it's going to obviously be none of those things.
No, it's not. Right,
that's how I envision it as a guy with no knowledge.
Oh my god, that made me laugh. Right, 1 sec, I'm changing the battery. We're back. Yeah, so that was a lovely visualisation there from you, James. But,
thank you.
It's not that. You literally don't see anything. Everything is so tiny. The coil is literally like this big.
Did she show it to you?
No, she didn't show it to me.
Oh, that would be
I'm sure if you
interesting,
asked, I should have looked. Yeah. It's so tiny, but also your cervix is so tiny. If you don't know what your cervix is, it basically sits between your womb and your opening, I believe, and it's where the baby
do a GCSE biology soon.
Eventually comes out of when your cervix dilates. Anyway, yes, basically those are the 3 ouchies. Now everybody's got a different experience with it really, and it's known that after you've had kids it is easier and it is less painful. So that was something that did make me feel a little bit calmer because I have had 2 kids now.
Did she before though that she gave it to someone who has 5 kids?
Yeah.
Who caused a lot of pain to.
I know.
And then a 17-year-old who hadn't had
no
kids.
And she was fine. Yeah. So that's why she was trying to basically explain to me. It's just different for everyone.
Like, you could be in a lot of pain or not feel it.
Yeah, so here we go.
That's always good going into it, ready? Here we go. What's your lottery numbers?
You'd rather have that, wouldn't you, I guess? It's kind of a lucky dip. It's a lucky dip.
I
Now,
wouldn't trust them. See, I'd be like, it's definitely like 99 people feel real pain.
yeah, and one person, yeah, the anomaly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that anomaly. No, so I honestly, guys, had such a positive experience with it. Now, I don't know whether that's down to the fact I've had kids or the fact I took my birth comb. Okay, this birth comb, I'm not gonna lie, could be solving every problem I'm having in my life at the moment, because honestly, I took it into my birth. I used it for literally so long, didn't I, within the birth. It was so good.
Yeah.
And so I thought straight away, I'm going to take it with me. And I did. And do you know what? I don't even know whether it's more of like a placebo comforting thing, that I was so focused on using my birth comb. And basically, you can use any comb, guys. You can just get a pound comb from Sainsbury's, put it in the palm of your hand, squeeze the comb bit into your hand, and it's basically like the proper one you get is kind of like more like designed with the right acupuncture vibes or whatever.
What's it called? It's been ergonomically designed.
Yeah, but it basically just puts the thing in your hand. You
Pressure.
can control that pressure, that pain. It's like pain deviation, and it kind of, I don't know, it just works. And I used it, and because she was like, right, this is ouchie 1, I pressed down, I did my breathing. She was like, that's done. I was like, what's done? Like, I was just focusing on my comb, it was over. She's like, ouchie 2, and I was like, right, I push down on this, I'm doing my breathing, I push really hard, that's done, okay, cool. Ouchie 3, it's going in, and I push down, I'm doing my, she was like, it's done. I was
did
like,
you double comb it at the end?
hang on, I'm double combing. Honestly, guys, get a comb, just try it. I think, yeah, I think I was so nervous that it was probably a mixture of things. It was probably a mixture of the fact I've had kids, the fact I used my comb and I was probably distracted by that, and the fact that I really have recently given birth and thought that it was going to be similar to that. So I think it was a mixture of things. But anyway, overall, I had a really positive experience. I know that's not the same for everyone, and that's like everything in life. And I'm so sorry if you have had a traumatic experience, because these experiences, do you know what I think is honestly the worst part of them is how vulnerable you feel. And if you're uncomfortable with the person doing it, or you just feel uncomfortable in your own body, well, it's just a horrible, vulnerable experience to go through. And when that ends up in a traumatic one, it's just really horrible. And I just feel like no one should have to go through it. And just, I'm sorry if that was you, because I just think that's really hard. But like, that's like the same with everything in life. Different experiences are different for different people. But I wanted to share my positive one, because genuinely, when I posted that I was having a coil on my Instagram story, everyone was literally like, don't do it. And I was like, oh, I should not have posted that.
I think it was the most kind of negative story
ever.
Like,
yeah.
On our YouTube video.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, Carys, I don't know how I
Maybe
want you to
that's
have the
why
coil.
you were so scared too, because you'd read all those comments.
Yeah, I was like,
really
don't have the
sad.
coil, Carys.
But also, like, knowledge is power. That's what I always say. Like, there's no reason those people shouldn't be sharing their experiences, and like you've got to know everyone's experiences, I guess, and take them on board. It's such a difficult one. It's exactly the same with birth. It's like, do you want to know about them? Do you not? Kind of. You don't until then you had a really bad experiences and you were like, I wish everyone had told me. Like, there's no right or wrong answers here. I'm sure I've said all the wrong things, but...
Because I feel guilty that you've had the coil, even though it wasn't painful. I don't feel guilty anymore because it wasn't particularly painful for you. But like, it's just always, isn't it, on the woman to kind of have the contraception, etc.
We had a lot of conversations about that before, didn't we?
We did.
And you were like, I wish I could have an alternative, or wish I could have an option. You kept offering to have your, what's it called? Vasectomy.
No, we just that wasn't. But I obviously
too young.
Well, we want to just we're like 99% sure we only want 2 kids.
That's the main reason.
And obviously, it's like 50% chance of reversing it.
Yeah.
So you just don't want to.
It wasn't an option.
You don't want to take the chance of.
We're too young that we might. We're really certain right now that more kids isn't for us, but we might change our mind in the future. You know.
Yeah.
We still got lots of time for our friends to have kids.
So what, 10 years
get
now,
broody.
hopefully, of this coil.
Yeah.
And then we'll know in 10 years whether we have had more kids, want more kids.
Oh, it's only 5 years. I found out. I was devastated.
What?
I know. I thought it was 10.
I don't know, 32. We'll know by 32. Yeah. Will we? Because you're worried that when all our friends have kids at 35, 36, you're going to be like, I want another kid.
I think some of them will start having kids in 5 years.
Okay.
And I will be jumping on that bandwagon with them. I'll have forgotten all about the birth. Right, anyway, we've got to do some other related questions. Yeah, I feel like I get so nervous answering stuff like that because It was the same when you talk about birth and stuff. I just feel like you always can so often say the wrong things to like upset people. Do you know what I mean? It's just hard being online, isn't it? But I hope I didn't say anything to upset anyone.
Well, that's the thing.
Or like
everyone's
you joke about
experience
stuff
is
too
personal,
much.
isn't it?
I know.
So like,
worry.
It's not diminishing that other people feel pain, because the nurse,
No.
the nurse who did it herself was like, you know, some people find it's extremely painful and some people don't, and that's probably like one of the more scary things going into it. Because I think if you know everyone feels the same level of pain during it, you'd be like, okay, I know it's this level of pain. I know my friend so and so,
and then has
done it, and it's this level of pain. I can deal with it. But like, if you go in like not knowing whether you're going to feel nothing or it's going to be horrendous.
Think how different everyone's births are. It's just our bodies are all just so different.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. Okay, other things that people asked about. Are you still considering moving? Love you all so much. We love you too. Are we still considering moving? Good question. So, we've been in a bit of a shambles about it, guys.
We've been here, there and everywhere.
Basically, we're still up in the air about it.
We are.
And we definitely are considering moving. We really want to move, and we've actually like had a bit of a change in mindset where we're thinking of a little bit of a location move. By location, I mean like literally not far at all. Further than we ever thought we would go.
That's the thing. This house came up that we really wanted, literally 5 minutes away. A little bit bigger garden, and then within kind of the school catchments we wanted to be in. And we didn't get it in time because we didn't sell our house. And you feel like, you know, everything does happen for a reason, because now we're like, actually, we love this new location that we've like haven't really thought about in the end.
No.
And we're kind of semi-looking there, and but we don't really know.
We're looking quite in a chilled way at the moment, because we've got so much else going on. We're just kind of like taking a step back and just taking a bit of time. We have time, so that's a positive.
I think January 2025 is when we have to apply for Amber's school place for her primary school. We really want her to go into a primary school and stay in the same primary school. That's what we'd really like. So that's even though I changed primary schools and I was fine, and you changed primary schools. And you were
did.
Yeah. So, but
you overthink things for your kids, don't you?
Things for your kids. Yeah,
I'm massively overthinking the whole.
Sure, yeah, Carl's like, they have to stay in the primary school, then they have to go into the same feeder school. We can't move, so that they go into a different feeder school. They have to go into the same feeder school, because otherwise they'll hate us, because they'll leave their friends.
My two best friends are from friends I met on the first day of primary school. So I'm obviously like thinking, well, what if her only two friends she ever makes, like I did, I met on my first day of primary school, and they're going to rip her away from them? It's just, I'm overthinking.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. Are you going to bring back Whittaker House? Now, I think we talked about this a little bit in a past vlog, but there was so many reasons and so many things went on, but we're not bringing back Whittaker House.
I really don't want to make this sound I told you so, but I did try to persuade Carys before starting Whittaker House that it was not a good time to start Whittaker House.
It wasn't a good time. I was pregnant. I was honestly like...
I was like, how are we going to try?
Yeah.
Not only that, but it's like, well, we knew it was going to be harder than starting other varieties of business we could have started, but it turned out
it was the fact that we really wanted to do it kind of like all by ourselves. We wanted it because we'd had bad experiences with kind of like working with companies in the past to do like merchant things. We wanted to do it all ourselves. I just wanted to postage and package everything. I wanted to do each parcel. I wanted to do each stamp, and it just wasn't possible on the scale that we wanted to do it on, and so we were exhausted. But then also it was really emotional with homeware, because we'd only ever done things like clothing, which doesn't break in the post. It was very emotional. There was so many breakages. We lost so much money. There was a lot of learning curves.
And I think what we didn't take into account is like, when in the past, like I remember guys, like years and years and years and years ago, we did YE ourselves from home, and kind of, and with Whittaker House, like we were kind of marking the products for a price, and then you don't take into account like how expensive everything in between is. Like, I couldn't believe how expensive just a cardboard box was.
I know. And then
it's like, and then
with clothes, you don't need
to
wrap them, like
wrapping.
It was like, wow.
It was crazy.
Anyone that runs a homeware brand, like I've got a new level of respect for that. Seriously, like wow. But the vision and dream was to kind of create that brand that I was really proud of, and like that's something that I'll be proud of forever. I absolutely adored the brand we created. I adored the product selection, and I adored postage and packaging all your packages with my friends and our family, and
I loved it. You know what? It was hard work for those kind of 3 launches we did.
Yeah.
But like, it was such an experience,
Yeah,
and
it
like
was.
everyone who bought, we really hope you loved your products and
Yeah.
stuff. Even though Whittaker House didn't stay around for long, like we did love the products we sold.
You've got limited edition things, guys.
Loved the products we sold.
And I loved the businesses we worked with. I really tried to work with like small independent businesses, and like the lady who made us those linen pumpkins, she was so lovely, and like we just worked with so many like amazing people, and it was just such a passion project, and I really adored it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a lot of exciting opportunities coming in the near future. One being a very exciting dream that, anyway, we won't go into detail. But we're just really lucky with this job that we are able to keep kind of like doing different things, aren't we? And just like doing different things that feel right for us at the time. Anyway, would you buy another fixer-upper?
I think we did this one for a friend. And I couldn't imagine doing it for like to then just rent or to sell, because no.
I'd be heartbroken. No. It has been started. So we started it before. Well, we literally bought it. I feel like it took literally a year to kind of like the process, the whole buying process.
It took like 6 months, which didn't make sense. Like to go from buying it to it going through, and it wasn't any chain at all.
No, it took long, and then. Basically, just before we had Mabel, we filmed the house tour of it. So Mabel's 7 months now, so it's been 7 months. It is getting wrapped up. Literally, it's done. But the last 2 weeks, we have been, I don't really know how to describe it, but it was just, I think it was the fact that our friend was moving in. We wanted it to be perfect. No renovation is perfect towards the end.
There's always bits left.
Chaos.
There's always bits left.
So her stuff was arriving. She was moving into this place that I was just like so upset wasn't this gleaming gorgeous house that I thought it was going to be, but it like half of it was gleaming and gorgeous and half of it was like dust ridden, like just, and I was there cleaning the house from head to toe as much as I could before her stuff arrived the next morning, and we had been going back and forth talking to the builders. Oh, this has happened, the shower wasn't plumbed in, so she had to come and shower at ours with her boyfriend. It's just been, as any renovation is towards the end, and everybody was saying, why are you doing this? Like, you're gonna like be like, oh my god, I'm never doing another renovation. And for literally the 6.5 months, we were like, guys, what are you on about?
This is so chill for the whole thing. I know.
This is so chill.
And then it's all those small jobs at the end that you don't realise they take so long. Because we were like, yeah, move in. Like, we're basically there. Of course, it's going to be ready in 2 weeks.
Everyone was confirming.
And then
everything's
everyone was working so hard to get it done, and it just wasn't quite done. It's like
had to delay her flight. Had to delay the move. Shut step. Oh, the drama. Honestly, she's literally so chilled about it, and I'm not. And it's just because I wanted it to be perfect for her. But the best part is that she is absolutely obsessed with all the designs and all the stuff that we've done so far. Obviously, I know we were showing you guys the kitchen.
She semi-picked half of them.
She did with me, yeah. We designed it together. But
I'd be like, I like this. And you'd be like, no, me and my friend have chosen this. I'm like, cool. So I'm outvoted.
The bathroom designs, everything, and she's also. Another reason it's kind of like almost finished is because she wanted to do quite a lot of it herself. Like, she's got a very like rustic vibe, and she wanted to paint herself. She wanted to do the stairs in a special way. So she's been really enjoying that side of things, but it has felt very incomplete and stressful. I've cried more times than I am happy with, and but it's nearly over. The question was, will we be doing another one?
We've been talking about this because, again, we're toying with the idea of moving.
Yeah, true.
There's a couple of houses we've seen that we're like, oh, but we could do this amazing extension and do this. And then, like, we're like, no.
Do we get, something happened and we're like, why would we even consider that?
I don't know whether it'd be easier or harder doing it to your house. Obviously harder. But then at least you're only letting yourself down.
That's true, actually. That is very true, James.
You're not letting anyone else down, you just let yourself down.
We were talking to some friends the other day about who have done up loads of houses before, and she was messaging me, and because she saw my story, and I was like, I'm so stressed. She was like, you'll be so stressed now, but in 2 weeks you'll want to do another one. And I was like, I know, I probably will. Because you forget about it, just like birth. You just forget about it, and you think it's a good idea to do it again.
How does it rank alongside birth? The upset
it's
over the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I wish there was an epidural for that. I wish there was an epidural for renovations. Okay. Do you have any goals as a couple to achieve / work on? I love you guys together. I thought that was actually such a cute one because we don't. And maybe we should set some.
Okay. Goals as a couple.
Actually, I would say our goals...
I think we should spend more time together.
Well, you laugh, but maybe we should spend more time together, not working and not talking about the kids.
Could we have a goal to spend more time apart? I actually see, that might seem counterintuitive, but... I think that could be a positive.
That could be a positive.
We're really showing our colours now. Forced time apart.
Yeah, you're right. Because I was going to say, because we obviously spend every waking moment together, but we don't get actual time as Carys and James.
No, to be fair, I spend a good 2, 3, 4 hours in the mornings when you're still sleeping.
Oh my god, this is actually like not even, honestly, I'm not even gonna, guys. This does not happen anymore. This happened only ages ago.
I said to Carys, I tell you what, if you just edit this video and get it done tonight, it'll take you about an hour. I'll chill in front of the TV and then you can have an hour or two lying in the morning. And
that has not happened in forever, and I still feed Mabel 3 times a night at the moment. She's not well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at the moment she's got a cough.
One night.
No, it's not been one night, thank you. You're literally
even once a night, I know that's obviously very disturbing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Where's my line?
I don't want to be that guy. I am understanding and appreciative of waking up and feeding a child in a night.
That's why you've never done it.
Gosh, it's, they don't even wake up that early, to be fair.
No, they don't. So
they've been waking up early the last few days, and it's still 6:30. So I really can't complain.
That's like early for us.
Usually it's like 7,
sometimes
7:30.
8.
Sometimes I think 7:45's the latest we've got. That was crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, so I was thinking, we needed more time, like, together, not about the girls and not about, because I keep saying to my friends lately, because I think there's we have really not struggled going, well, yes, we have struggled going from 1 to 2, as like lots of people do. The big thing I struggle with is
whether it's just harder.
It's just harder, but that's why everyone struggles.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like we're a tag team. Like we literally just pass each other like this, each other all day.
You have the kids and I do work. I have the kids and you do work. I walk the dog.
Lately, we just seem to be in the car when they're both screaming their heads off, and we're just driving like, oh, McDonald's had a farm.
Yeah, your parents literally live 5 minutes away, and I think your mum had Amber overnight, and we were like, it's been so relaxing just having one kid. We should have done this from the start. It's been so chilled. And then we picked Amber up at 3
we were like, oh, we miss her so much.
And she was so tired, bless her. She got into the car and Mabel was crying because she was tired and Amber was screaming in the car. And it's literally a 5-minute drive and we were like,
oh my god.
We were both driving.
Oh my god.
It was one of those clown cars.
I was literally just doing that because I was like, I don't know what else to do. So yeah, there's been a lot of those moments lately. And we're just trying to stay afloat, really. We feel like there's been lots more going on. We don't give ourselves any favours by starting 3 million things that we've got planned for next year or whatever. But at the same time, we're really grateful for all those opportunities. But we need to take time to maybe spend more time apart. And then we'd have cool things to talk about.
Exactly. Like, look, this week, we've spoken about what the doctor said in the patch test.
Yeah.
We've spoken about what the nurse said at the coil.
We had so much fun talking about those things.
So much to talk about. Because otherwise, we're just on the same WhatsApp.
James is literally the cutest person. Like, whenever I go anywhere, like, separate, like, even if I just take Amber to gymnastics or whatever. No, you. When I get home, you want to know, like, literally from start to finish, everything.
It's
like,
nice to
that
talk.
we've done. I know, and then I always feel so bad because you go out and do something, and I'm like, hi, when you come back. You're like, yeah.
Hi, I'm still editing.
Yeah, I know, literally. I'm like, hi, and you're like, yeah. So we went to soft play, and I'm like, oh, nice. And then
she made a friend.
Oh no, I want to listen when you say she made a friend. I'm like, oh, didn't have any photos. You don't have photos. You don't have a whole presentation for me like I have for you when you get back. When I get back with her, I'm like, look, she did this. Anyway, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe like getting a hobby separately or something.
Dating other people.
Oh right.
What can we do? What hobby should we do? You wanna go back to join a gymnastics class?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do, love. Go on, love. Yeah, give it a go, babe.
Give me a nice free Thursday night, and I'll watch telly. when you do that.
Honestly, and I wish that we loved the same things like sport, because
No,
you watch so much
we can't,
sport. We'd have so much to talk about.
I love at the moment there's so much rugby on, because I just potter away and I just have like a couple of hours, just me, myself
every
and
day. There's a couple of hours of
It's
sport
only
on.
once on the weekend.
Twice, Saturdays and Sundays.
All day Saturday and all day Sunday, yes.
Then I try and get a hobby on my own. Okay, I'm going to watch Strictly. No, he wants to watch Strictly with me.
That's the Casualty thing. I haven't watched that in like 10 years.
You used to love Casualty. Okay, how was your breastfeeding journey so far? Is it different to Amber's?
Oh, I thought BF was boyfriend or best friend.
Oh, how's your boyfriend journey so far? I'm getting a new one. How's your breastfeeding? Yeah, it's really good. I feel like it's much more relaxed with Mabel. I'm much more chilled. I'm really grateful, and I love the fact that I can do it because like I just think I'd be the most unprepared prep person ever.
We're both terribly unorganised.
Yeah.
We tried, didn't we, to kind of do a bottle once a day, and
it was awful. We were just so unorganised.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy breastfeeding, and I don't know how I'm going to feel towards the end, because in one way I think I'm going to be more relaxed, because I'm a lot more relaxed mum with Mabel. I'm just going to like take her lead and like do whatever, which is what I did with Amber. Like she actually like kind of really showed me that she was ready.
Yeah.
But at the same time, knowing that it's probably my last child, I'm like, oh, I'm never going to breastfeed again. Oh, wow. But then also I have all these emotions of, okay, once I stop breastfeeding, I was going to leave it a year before having like boob reduction, which I'm so excited about, because I just have an everlasting back pain. And I'm so excited to get rid of it. Eventually, one day it may go when my huge melons are chopped off. But at the same time, I feel very emotional about that, because I'm like, well, these huge melons, which have brought me so much pain and annoyance, have actually now grown my babies. So I feel very kind of like strange about the whole kind of journey and thing. But overall, I really love it, and I'm very grateful that I'm able to do it.
It differs to Amber though, doesn't it? Because in terms of Mabel, like Amber used to be a massive comfort feeder. And like
not
she was
massive,
like,
but like more so than Mabel. She never like fed for long periods of time.
No,
like,
but like, whenever
upset.
she was upset, she would feed.
Did she? I can't
I remember that. I remember with Amber, even at like Mabel's age now, I used to feel like I couldn't have her for more than an hour.
Yes.
Because if she got upset or something happened, like one of the only ways to calm her down was
to feed her.
Whereas Mabel, from like literally a month old, from a week old,
she was just so happy
she was
with you.
so chilled, and like she never seemed to get upset, and she never seemed to.
She never like. She's very like. She feeds when she's hungry, and then she's finished and she wants to explore.
She never asks.
She doesn't ask for a feed.
Because again, you used to hold Amber like clothes, and she'd do the whole.
She'd be like, yeah, like, Mabel doesn't ask.
Asks for it.
I will regularly offer, and she'll be like, no thanks. She'll literally be like that, and I'm like, all right, rude.
And she's done that for like 3-4 months. Yeah, like it's not a recent thing.
Yeah, and then you're like, yeah, she just loves her food. So I think
she loves. Now she's weaning. She has no.
Anything, I think she's gonna like wean too early. She's gonna be like pushing it away when I'm like, I don't want to make it. I just want to make it to a year.
She loves food, doesn't she?
She does, massively so. How do you maintain your relationship with kids and work? We are struggling. So are we. Does it look like we have a relationship?
I think because having two is kind of a bit more. Yeah, whenever like we used to
a bit more
with Amber, we used to like not regularly, but we used to kind of like, and I guess the issue is not the issue, but with Amber, because obviously our parents didn't have her for the first like 16 months of her life, whereas now they have her 2 days a week and 1 day a week. We used to then they used to always offer, and we used to always ask if they could have Amber in the night, and we'd go on date nights. So they would sit in, and Amber would sleep. But now, because they do so much for us during the week, which we really appreciate.
We were saying that,
And your mum still does it, and my parents still do it like every now and then.
Yeah, if we've got like an event or like a ball.
We would never expect it, and we would never ask. But then it stops us going on
the date nights.
So much.
Yeah.
But or like when they do it, we feel like, great, we get some work done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, you're right.
So that's where it struggles a bit more, isn't it? I think that's because we're in the lucky position that we got grandparents in the first place.
Yeah, so lucky.
That do so much for us during the
week. I know, like we honestly, like every week we get to the end of the week and we're like, how would we like cope without our parents being so close? It's just such a.
But also, I feel more tired than with them, and obviously we didn't just Amber.
We are
so I feel so tired. Yeah.
But also, I think I've said this in the last video when we might have talked about this, but I'm very much. I used to get myself down about it and be like, this isn't, you know, how are we meant to have a relationship when this and that. And I think I've talked about this before, like just seasons of life, and how like this is the season of our life when we are giving everything to make everything else work but our relationship. And I don't mean that's not
to neglect.
That's definitely not to neglect, and we do actually still need to make more time to have date nights.
I think it's all about communication, because if one person feels like they want to do more within the relationship, then you just need to talk about it and say it. But right now, we're both very chilled, and why force it if we're both happy with how it is?
Surprisingly, I think that's actually probably how we're quite okay and like happy at the moment, is because we're both feeling the same, that yes, we would like more time together. Yes, I feel like I've barely spoken to you about anything other than these things we're doing. But actually, this is kind of where we're at the moment, and we're happy with this. We're ploughing on. We're really content with everything kind of going on with our life, and we've got so much season in the future where the girls start school, where, you know, these times where they're really little and they need you, and you are busy and you are trying to make things happen.
And that's the thing. Like, if our parents offered like, oh, you know, go out on a date on a Friday night, I'd be like, I just want to go to bed.
We're just knackered,
I'm going to be in bed by 9:30.
Yeah, exactly. It's not our season to go out and have fun. We're just tired.
I'm going to be up at 6:30 with 2 kids, so I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, that's kind of how that's going. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there, because honestly, I think we've talked your faces off.
Yeah.
As we always do. Is the candle still going? Oh yes, it is. Lovely. Right, guys, we'll love you and leave you. Thank you for catching up with us. I'm going to come and say goodbye.
So yes, don't forget, if you like fashiony stuff, or if you just like Carys, I don't know why you would, she is uploading on the Sundays that we do not upload on this channel, so we'll leave the link low down in the description box below all the Smart Kitchens stuff. Thank you to Smart Kitchens for sponsoring this video. And then you can go and make sure you subscribe to her channel and watch that on the alternating weeks to this channel.
Yes, my sweatshirt, guys, is actually from my last video that I did over on that channel, which is my upcoming In The Style collection, 23rd of October. Be there. In my Instagram post today, I put my skirt was coming out on the 23rd of March. That's where my head was at. I was like, see you guys on the 23rd of March for my collection. Don't even go there. Why was that in my head?
I can understand if we were in May.
I know.
It's quite far.
I think I was trying to write that caption with both babies clinging on to me while we watched The Grinch or something.
I was like on a leisurely dog walk at the time.
I think you were cooking.
Oh,
you were doing something useful, love. Bye, guys. Love you.
Bye, have a good one.
Bye.